Hello everyone, this is Survive and welcome to Cobra Series toy review. And today's toy we're looking at the 2011 release by Hasbro of the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra action figure review. And today's action figure review we're looking at the Wave 6 of the Jungle Assault Crazylegs, the Assault Trooper. Now I got this from KG Trains, who's from Texas, and bought a whole set of Wave 6 figures and shipped it all the way to Malaysia to me as gifts. So thank you so very much, KG Trains, for this awesome and wonderful gifts. Now Crazylegs here on retail pricing is 39 ringgit 90 cents or around 41 ringgit 90 cents depending on Toy Us pricing. Problem is Hasbro Malaysia did not brought in any of the Wave 6 figures to Malaysia at all, so that's quite a disappointment there. First things first, let's take a look at the front portion of the packaging. On one corner here we have a very nice artwork of Crazylegs. As you can see, it's quite nicely done with the details of the artwork itself, especially on the facial expression. But if you compare the facial expression there to the facial expression to the figure itself, the figure sports a more boyish, younger look compared to the older look of the artwork here, which is kind of weird if you look at it this way, but the artwork is very nicely done. In the plastic bubble we have Crazylegs figure, and he has a few weapons. We have a pistol, one assault rifle, and one submachine gun. Very nice. And behind the figure itself we have the base stand, and underneath the base stand is a catalog which is all folded up, showcasing Wave 1 and Wave 2 figures, which makes no sense at all because this is already Wave 6 and Hasbro is too cheap to redo the catalogs again. So by placing the catalogs up to Wave 6, they can get rid of them and, well, save their money and their cost. Now at the back portion here, on one corner at the top is a smaller write-up stating what's G.I. Joe really about and who they are up against, which is Cobra. This time the mission is Jungle Assault, and we have a nice little image of the diorama for the Jungle Assault. Really nice diorama here. We have the Pursuit of Cobra van covered in mud crossing the wooden bridge here. We have a 25th anniversary figure. I'm not too sure which figure is that because it's looking on one direction. We have the Jungle Assault Duke. We have the Jungle Assault Recondo. We have two Jungle Assault Jungle Vipers hiding in the background there, and one Cobra operative hiding in the bushes here. Very nicely done with the details. Now at the bottom section is the profile card. We got a nice little image of Crazylegs and stated Crazylegs Assault Trooper, named D. Oliver Thomas, Grade E-4 Specialist, hometown Fort Dodge, Iowa. Primary weapon SMG-R submachine gun with rotating stock. Combat gear, parahelmet, goggles, parachute with harness, rifle, pistol. Now in the write-up, it stated Crazylegs is a classically trained organist. The Airborne Rangers, however, don't care how perfectly you can play Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor. They are only concerned with your willingness to jump out of a helicopter with a hot landing zone with nothing but a rifle and some grenades. Crazylegs is, of course, Airborne Ranger qualified and has been cross-trained as a forward artillery observer. Very nice. Yes, and for your information, Crazylegs is the only character that did not exist in the 25th anniversary line. So without further ado, let's open up this packaging so we can molest the figure. Be right back. And we're back after the figure and the rest of the stuff out from packaging. Now let's take a look at Crazylegs accessories here, starting off with the base stand. It comes with a nice little base stand that's based on the 25th anniversary style. We got a nice little G.I. Joe logo on the top with two pigs for the figure to stand on. Nameplate there stated as Crazylegs, and at the back portion at the bottom section of the base stand stated as at 2007 Hasbro, made in China. Now Crazylegs here don't come with a lot of accessories, but it does come with a nice array of weapons there. First we have a pistol with a laser sighting attachment. Now the pistol here doesn't even come with a trigger or a trigger guard, and the mold is basically based on the Rise of Cobra, because it's very simple details, as you can see there, not a lot of details there, and the entire thing is made of a black plastic material. Then we have a submachine gun made of a black plastic material and a foldable stock, as you can see there. Now the stock is the most annoying part of the submachine gun itself, because it's supported by these two pegs, as you can see here, and they are quite easily loosened up. This entire stock here is quite easily loosened up and pop off from the submachine gun. The entire thing is made of a black plastic material, and the mold is from the 25th anniversary line. So there is nothing new with the mold there. Got a nice little handle, stock at the back, which is kind of flimsy. You got the trigger guard, the trigger, the magazine, very tiny targeting sights, very nice. Now for the pistol, there's no way for you to store it on Crazylegs' body, and so does the submachine gun itself. Next we have an assault rifle with a lot of details, as you can see there. This entire thing is made of a black plastic material. Each side of the mold itself is different, but the mold is nothing new. This is based on the Rise of Cobra Pit Commandos accessories. Yes, the Pit Commandos accessories. Now the entire thing is made of a black plastic material with no paint job at all, but the details are very nice. Got a stock on the back, handle with a tiny little trigger, magazine on the bottom middle section here, and an extra magazine strapped to the side of the one that's loaded onto the weapon, a handle in the middle, a scope at the top, you got a barrel, and also on the other side here you got the flashlight attachment. Very nice. I really like this assault rifle. A lot of nice details there. Then we have his helmet. His red helmet, which is actually made of a red plastic material with no paint job at all, as you can see there. Each side of the helmet has a small little hole, because this helmet is originally from the 25th anniversary, or if you want to, the Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Assault blowtorch. Hence why there are two holes on the other side, each side of the helmet, because it's meant to connect the gas mask. No paint job there, just pure red plastic material. And finally, we have his goggle, which is rather too widened up, because it doesn't seem to fit onto the figure at all. It's too loose. It's meant to fit onto the helmet itself. The entire thing is made of a black plastic material, and as you can see, the goggles there are painted in silver, or at least a little bit of metallic there. Very nicely done, but nothing new. This goggle here is actually from the 25th anniversary Dusty's accessory, so nothing new there. He actually comes with one more accessory, which is his parachute bag. As you can see, this is a totally new accessory. Very nice, but one problem. Now the entire backpack, the entire parachute backpack is made of a sort of beige colored, a bit darker beige colored plastic material with a little bit shading going on, and you can actually unplug the backpack like so. As you can see, there's a huge button there, a huge peg there, and this is where you plug it, and you can unstrap the entire thing, as you can see. But the main problem with this entire parachute gear itself, the web gear itself, is that you cannot remove it from the figure at all because of the strappings onto the hips itself. There's no way for you to remove it. So Crazylegs is forever wearing this unless you screw off the ties, unscrew the ties and remove the ties completely to remove the entire gear itself, the entire parachute parachute gear. So the details are very nice. Another major problem with this accessory is that because of the really thick thighs of Crazylegs here, the strappings on the hips is also giving him hindrance to close the legs together. As you can see why his leg is being spread apart so far apart. You cannot close the legs together. You're barely able to move the legs forward because it's being hindered by the strappings here, and you cannot even straighten up the legs because it's being hindered at the back portion as well. So this is a really bad accessory. Despite the details are very nice, there's no paint job on the buckles or the belts or the straps. There's a bit of shading at the back. It looks nice. It's a new accessory, but it is ultimately a flawed design. Giving Crazylegs with this accessory hinders his leg articulation a little bit. So basically you have Crazylegs forever spreading his legs apart. So that's a bad point there. Now let's take a look at Crazylegs paint job. The entire torso and the waist part is actually made of a red plastic material. So they actually painted the neck joint into black and a little bit of grey paint job and white paint job onto the edges of the clothing itself. All the black paint job in the middle, you can see now. Of course, the sort of harnesses on each side of the bottom section of the waist itself is painted in a bit of grey paint job. The arms, the entire pair of arms is made of a beige colored plastic material. The shoulders are painted in red with black linings, as you can see there. The side pockets on the lower arms is painted in red as well, and the gloves are painted in a bit more duller beige paint job, as you can see there. Actually, as you can see, there's a bit of shading going on. Very nice. Now the thigh section there is made of a this sort of colored plastic material, and on the sides there is painted in red with the black linings. Kneecaps is of course not painted at all, that's the plastic color itself. And the lower legs here, this entire ankle section is painted in black, and on the side here painted in red with black linings. The boots are not painted at all, it's just pure black plastic material. Flesh tone skin is not painted at all, but the eyebrows is painted in dark brown, and so does the pair of eyes and pupils are painted. The entire, I would say, skull cap here is painted in black, and that's all the paint job there is. The paint job is actually not bad looking. It's actually not bad looking. Now for the figure's mold, there's nothing new on the mold. Everything is reused, and one part is semi-new, so to say the least. We're going to start off with the torso and the waist. The torso and waist came from the 25th anniversary Snake Eyes body, because it does have the cross X blade where you're supposed to plug in the blade. There's a small little peg, and you can see there's the small little hole here. That's where you plug in the blade for the cross X there. The arms are actually, the entire arms and hands are actually from 25th anniversary lift ticket. The entire row of legs, including the boots, if you can't recognize it already, it actually came from Snow Serpent. Hence why at the bottom section of the boots itself there's two holes. One of them is to plug in the base stand, the other one is to plug in the snowshoes. And finally the head is, you would call it a semi-new, but it actually existed in the Pursuit of Cobra Wave 1 series. It actually came from the Desert Battle Zartan. No, not using his head, but his camouflage kit. Yes. Remember this head? This is the additional head that came from the Desert Battle Zartan. Yes, both of them is exactly the same mold. So yes, nothing on this figure is actually new there. I really like the color schemes and the paint job is actually very nice, but the entire accessory for the parachute gear itself really ruins the figure for his articulation and posing, because, well, he's forever spreading the legs apart. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. The head can pivot up, down, side to side and turn 360 degrees. Torso here can turn 360 degrees if, well, it's not being hindered by the backpack itself, and can move forward a little bit, back a little bit, well, again being hindered by the backpack. Shoulder joints here can turn 360 degrees and lift the arms this high. Elbow joint can bend this far, back a little bit and turn 360 degrees. Wrist joint here can turn 360 degrees. Now for the hip joints, I already complained as much, but you can move the legs this high or straight a little bit and to the sides, but you cannot close in because of the harnesses there. Double jointed knee, that's barely able to bend much. As you can see, this is as much as you can go. And ankle joint that pivots downwards, upwards and turn 360 degrees. Now let's fully equip Crazylegs here. He doesn't have a lot, so it will be very easy to equip him. First with the helmet, and then we have the goggle itself, and then we have him equipped with the assault rifle, because I really like the assault rifle. It looks very nice. We can also give him the pistol, despite the pistol doesn't have a trigger, but it's still alright. And we place him in the base stand itself, and there you have it, Crazylegs. Now I really like the color scheme there, and the weapon given to Crazylegs, I really like the assault rifle accessory, and I like the nice touch of, well, Hasbro giving Crazylegs with a new accessory, which is a parachute, which really bad point there is that it has a major flaw, causing Crazylegs to unable to stand properly forever, well, sort of semi-crouched there with legs apart. He doesn't have a lot of accessories to play with. He also have no new molds, if you don't count the head accessory that actually came from, well, I mean the head mold that came from the Pursuit of Cobra Desert Battles Zartan's head disguise accessory. So basically he doesn't have anything new there, but the boyish charm look, the really young look of Crazylegs is actually, it does follow the Marvel G.I. Joe comics itself. It does follow that, so I'll have to give Hasbro some pointers on that. He does look like Crazylegs, but the major problems are on the hips there. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, the figure still looks great. It's just that, well, possibility wise, I already mentioned. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, I still like the figure, so I'll give it a nice 6. Yes, 6 out of 10. He's not to the point that you can't play around with him, you can't pose him. He can still be posed, but restricted in the movement itself. So yes, 6 out of 10 for Crazylegs. I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.